But we're saying, no, you should change your consciousness. And the first thing that you should change is your awareness of your own consciousness. You should become aware of your consciousness, conscious of your consciousness. So we've been going over all these points the last few days and trying to summarize the beginning instructions of the stages of development of consciousness through devotional service, through the esoteric teaching. And so I guess we freaked a few people out. Oh, well. You know, I'm sorry, but if you were expecting to get just the ordinary political or social approach to, you know, the religious approach, you're not going to get that here. We are into the scientific approach to devotional service. Well, what does that mean? Well, if you study any science, let's say chemistry, and the science says, okay, you mix these two chemicals together in this proportion, at this temperature, and in, you know, at this certain pressure and whatever, then you get this certain result. So we're saying the same thing about consciousness. That when you perform this experiment, when you perform this process on your own consciousness, you'll get a specific result. So it's like science. In science, every term has a specific definition. It's like mathematics. In mathematics, every single term, every single symbol has a specific meaning. You take these two variables and you perform this operation and you get this result. It's simple. It's simple if you're simple. But if you're not simple, if you have all kinds of attitude and you come into the thing and you say, well, I think it should be like this, and blah, 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 and you were mean to me and I'm going to go away. That's not going to help you. That's not going to help you. If you come in into mathematics class and you say, well, I don't think that plus should mean that. I think it should mean something else. No, plus means plus. Minus means minus. That's it. There's no discussion on that point. It's not open for discussion. It's already defined. It's already settled. It's clear. And everybody else understands it that way too. You look in any mathematics book, they all say what plus means, they all say what minus means, and it's the same. It's standard. Similarly, you look in the Vedas, and they all say what the soul is, what God is, what devotional service is, and they all agree that it's all the same. It's scientific. It's standard. It's not open to a new interpretation or a discussion about what it means. So then, why did Shankaracharya come 1100 years ago and start a whole new interpretation of the Vedic scriptures, you see? This is unauthorized. All of a sudden, he's interpreting that, oh, God is not a person. God doesn't have energies. There's no difference between you and me and God. Everything is one. Where did this come from? This is a new interpretation. This is not the original understanding. This is not scientific. This is speculation. But we discourage speculation because it's a form of gambling. And here, in the context of spiritual life, by speculating, you're gambling with your eternity. Yikes. This is very dangerous. Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What do you want to do for the rest of eternity? That's the question that we're asking. Do you want to come back again and again in this material world and be born and grow up and suffer and go through all kinds of problems? Is that what you want to do for the rest of eternity? Really? Isn't there something better you'd rather do? Wouldn't you rather be happy and love and have wonderful adventures with Krishna, the perfect person in the spiritual world, where everything is beautiful and there's nothing but love? Wouldn't you rather do that for the rest of eternity? I think any sane person would choose to be with Krishna. But because people don't have knowledge, because they don't have the intelligence to understand that there is a scientific approach to spiritual life that involves the use of absolute truth, eternal truth. See? Because they don't have the intelligence, then they accept some inferior substitute. Just like if you go down to the car place and you say, I want to buy a car. And the salesman says, oh, that's great. Only $100. $100? That's really cheap. Yeah, special today only. Come on, do it while it lasts. Okay, here's $100. And then he gives you a steering wheel. Here you go. Okay? Well, wait a minute. Well, where's the rest of the car? Oh, well, today we changed the definition of a car to mean is just the steering wheel. See? Great, huh? That way you can buy a car for only $100. Cool, huh? Great. Well, no, it's not so great. But that's what religions do. You see? They change the meaning. They change the meaning of the words. That's what the superficial approach to devotional service does. They change the meaning of the words. Instead of devotional service, instead of pure bhakti, they're giving something else. You see? They're giving something else, but they're calling it the same thing. They're giving the part, and they're calling it the name of the whole. See? They're giving just the beginning stage, but they're calling it like it's as if it's the whole thing. They're changing the meaning of the words, and then they're selling you something very cheap and calling it the same name as something. Here's a Mercedes, only $50. Really? Oh, great. Okay, here's $50. And then you get, the hood ornament. See, it's a Mercedes. It's a genuine Mercedes. But this is cheating. It's cheating. Because devotional service, Krishna consciousness, is really a relationship. It's not just a thing. It's not just something you can buy on the street for a $20 donation. See? So when people say, oh, what did you do today? What was your service today? Oh, I went out and I was preaching. Oh, really? You were preaching? What did you do? Oh, I sold some books. Got $20 for each of them. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Did you get the person's name and address? No. Did you give them your name and address? No. No. Do you know how to get back in touch with this person? No. But I got a good donation. Yeah. No, that's not the product. That's not the whole thing. See? Adau Shraddha Sadhu Sango. The first stage of devotional service is association with devotees. Sadhu Sangha. It's a relationship. Association means a relationship. See? Sadhu Sangha. It means you join a community. You become a member of a greater association of devotees. How are you going to do that? By selling a book? Well, that means that's okay. You sell the book. That's good. But then there has to be some follow-up. There has to be some additional contact. There has to be more communication with that person. Otherwise, just selling a book it's not going to be effective. It's not going to deliver the actual product, which is sadhu sangha, according to Rupa Goswami. Adau Shraddha. In the beginning, there's a little faith. And that's all we ask for is a little faith. Just a little. And then you get the result, sadhu sangha, association with devotees. And as a result of that sadhu sangha, you start performing the process and you get the next result, which is what? Bhajana Kriya. You approach a bona fide spiritual master, you take initiation, and you perform devotional service according to the regulative principles of the scriptures, and then so many other things happen because of that. And on and on and on. You go through all these stages. And we've discussed this so many times. So the point is, if you're really going to preach, you have to make available the sadhu sangha. You have to enroll people in a community. It's much, much more than just you give a book or you give a message or you invite them to the program or something like that. But, you have to open up a channel for communication, for association. That's what association is. So that's why we have always put a great deal of emphasis on the interaction, the communication.